So sorry about the technical difficulties, having a little bit of reception issues, but what would you expect in a radiology suite? Lots of thick walls, so I may not get the best signal to you guys today. However, I hope Halloween was safe for all of you guys and you were able to take care of your kids, which brings on this month, which is National Diabetes Awareness Month. And I know a lot of times you guys don't like hearing a lot of the hard medical facts, but diabetes affects a lot of children. A lot of children are actually there and they end up getting diabetes at an earlier and earlier age. So we'll talk a little bit about diabetes while I still have the reception going. Hey Mariana, hey Asher, thanks for joining in. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I've been working on getting a little bit stronger reception here on location here in Rochester, New York. So thank you for tuning in and bearing with me. So while my connection is still going, I do want you guys to know, and all of you out there, that I am Dr. Jarret. I am your board certified pediatrician here to help you take better care of your kids, keep better health of your kids, and I am going to do this through my books, my live streamings, and other programs I'll have forthcoming to you. All I want you to do is go to the link I will put at the end of this broadcast. Click that link and I will give you a free gift. It is holiday season coming right around the corner, so I want you guys to know that I will give you guys a free gift. The free gift is an audio that I will deliver to you. It is called How to Keep Your Kids from Driving You Crazy During Their Downtime. I know that the kids are going to be on their break soon. They're going to be home. They're going to be driving you crazy. They're going to just need things and things and things that they're going to be wanting to do. They're going to be harassing you. So I will put a link in the comment section at the end of this broadcast today so you can get your free copy, which will give you 3 solid strategies that will help you get better control over your kids during that downtime so they're not driving you crazy. So I am Dr. Jarret. You spell out Dr. J-A, 2 R's, E, 1 T. And I am broadcasting live from Rochester Endovascular and Rochester, New York. I am here today really in honor of some festivities that are going on that I'll be a part of later on this evening in Rochester. However, today I wanted to keep my 1 o'clock broadcast time so we could talk a little bit about diabetes and National Diabetes Month. One of the things that I was leading up to talking about trick or treat and all the candy is that diabetes starts for many people in childhood. There's type 1 diabetes, which is the insulin dependent kind, which you really just get unfortunate genetics in that case for the most part. But the type of diabetes that we see on a rise in children and linked directly to Dr. Wilson's endovascular suite that we have right here, it is type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is the second type of diabetes is really spurred off of childhood obesity. So what you need to understand is that children, and when you come to my office, when you've come to other doctors' offices, we're always interested in height and weight and growth parameters. We want to make sure kids are not being overweight. We also want to make sure that kids are getting the proper nutrition. What we are starting to see is overweight and obese children at earlier and earlier ages, which leads to type 2 diabetes in the teenage years. Type 2 diabetes used to be called adult onset diabetes because it happened in adulthood and adults would get it. But now we're seeing teenagers and it's directly related to the level of obesity. And you can pick up some of the maps from the CDC. They will tell you all different areas of the country, who has higher obesity rates, who has less obesity rates, and this will go on and on and on and on. And unfortunately, diabetes does affect children from their late teenage years all the way through their adulthood. Hey Mary, thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate you coming in and joining the broadcast today. I am live from Rochester, New York. I have some activity going on this evening, but stop by the Rochester Endovascular PLLC to do a little bit of broadcast and touring of the facility here today. So the reason I picked this location is not that it's only a fantastic location, that they have all the high-tech equipment. It directly relates to diabetes, and this November being National Diabetes Awareness Month, it makes sense. So I want to get the link from that little chubby or maybe slightly overweight child you may have been fighting with the weight, and make sure that you're not getting them on so that they would have to come see Dr. Wilson at his facility here. He takes care of primarily adult patients. Many of them have poor circulation in their lower legs or their extremities as a direct result of diabetes. He actually has done a lot of work in his facility that has saved people from having to lose a leg or a lower limb from diabetes. So years down the road, your child, when they grow up, could actually be looking at losing a leg due to diabetes. So people just think it's a little problem with sugar. I picked this location because Dr. Wilson is doing a great job in making sure that he can save people's legs so that a surgeon doesn't have to take them off by restoring vasculature. Myself as a pediatrician, I am trying to help you guys prevent your child from ever having to grow up and have such a fate by making sure that they stay healthy, stay at a healthy weight. So let's talk a little bit about that. You hear us all the time talking about our growth charts with you as a profession. We look at your child, we look at their height, we look at their weight, we talk about their BMI or their body mass index, making sure that they are staying within a healthy range. You can do this primarily by eating lots of fruits and vegetables, watching the amount of carbs intake in the diet, and eating lean proteins. And that typically will keep a child in shape. They also need to get their 60 minutes of exercise every day, and most kids can stay in that healthy range. You've heard me talk before about the nutrition of an athlete and the proper exercise time that they need to have. You really need to make sure that those kids are having their proper exercise every 60 minutes and getting a good nutrition. So staying away from the number one cause of obesity in children is the sugary drinks. So those sodas, those juice boxes, things that kids love, and I like them from time to time myself, but those types of things help kids take on too many calories. They end up getting overweight, they end up getting obese, and it causes a problem for them so that they actually end up going down that diabetic pathway. Mary says, can a child on a feeding pump and only getting formula also get diabetes? No, Mary, generally people that are being fed through a feeding tube or a feeding pump are working with a nutritionist who does a very specific calorie formula to make sure that the child is getting enough nutrition and calories to grow, and they're also not getting too many calories from the nutrition. So it is a balance, but what we look for is getting that correct amount for that particular child so that that child is getting the right amount of formula feeds throughout that will keep their weight at a steady state and won't take them to the overweight or obese range, which sometimes happens if it's not watched relatively carefully. So frequent doctor's appointments, making sure we're getting good weight measurements on your child is something that we typically will see and will find that helps out many. So thank you for asking that question. So I'm Dr. Jarret. I am here as your board certified pediatrician, here to help you take better care of your children. And I am going to do that through my live streams, my books, and other programs I have forthcoming to you. Today, I have a special gift for all of you guys watching today. I have a free audio. The holidays are coming up, and it's actually one of those things that drives every parent crazy over the holiday times when their kids are out of school. So we have Thanksgiving come up, we have the Christmas and New Year's break coming in next month, and they'll have a lot of extra time home with you. And so this audio will give you guys free tips on how to keep your child from driving you crazy during these downtimes as they can when they don't have their homework and they're looking for you to entertain them. And I will give you sound strategies that will keep your kids on track, that will keep them from driving you crazy during their downtimes. So I will put a link in the comments section of this video when we're done that you guys can go and get that free video. It's actually an audio. So back to diabetes and National Diabetes Awareness Month. I know you probably do know people that have diabetes that run in the family. So make sure you're sharing this video with those people, because sharing is caring. You've heard me say it before. And what we're trying to do is prevent children from developing diabetes in childhood and certainly in adulthood. And that really goes by All right, I'm back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'll try to make this relatively quick, but as I was saying, we are trying to prevent your child from having complications of diabetes at all, or even developing diabetes, mainly looking at their weight, making sure they fall on the right scale in that BMI. And again, that can be done through healthy nutrition, making sure they're getting at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, as well as monitoring their carbs and making sure they're getting their lean proteins and dairy products throughout the time, particularly those rich in vitamin D, because we do tend to see a lot of kids, particularly in the northern regions over the winter, that have vitamin D that drops out. So I want to make sure that we're trying to do some things that help prevent diabetes in a lot of these cases. So, as always, I know my reception was a little sketchy today. So, I'll wrap this up simply by saying I am Dr. Jarret. I'm your board certified pediatrician. I am here to help you take better care of your kids. I'm going to do this through helpful tips through my live streams, my books, which will be forthcoming. Make sure you stay in tune. And my other programs that I have directly coming to you. So today, again, I have a special free gift for you all today. I'll make sure I put the link in the comment section. Go to that link. You'll get a free audio, how to keep your kids from driving you crazy. And I think they'll give you some 3 sound tips that will really help you guys manage your kids on those break times when they tend to get a little rammy, especially when they can't get outdoors due to bad weather. So again, take care.